Log, recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome to Zed Games here on 4ZZZ.
Ooh.
I am Maylee.
Hi.
Hi, Maylee.
Who are you folks?
I'm someone who just wandered in from the street. I'm a little confused.
How'd you...
I'm soggy.
Yeah. It's
Like a sandwich.
So you
with
aren't my
tomato on it.
co-hosts.
No, we look and
We're
sound
imposters.
exactly like them.
Do you know things about games?
Yes.
Then I
Perhaps.
don't mind. It's
Okay,
good enough
cool.
for me.
All right. So we've got Imposter Caroline and Imposter Zara and Maylee the host.
Yes.
Awesome. So
For a
that's the
very
lineup.
sus episode.
We're very sus. So this is the tone. This is the tone we're going for.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stuck with it now. All right, let's go. What do we have for tonight, Maylee?
We have, as always, news. We're also going to be talking about some Christmas games that you can pick up to play over the holidays.
Are they Christmas games as in games that are Christmassy or...
Well, they might be. Mine aren't. I don't know if you guys...
Mine
I don't think any of mine are, but they are good games to play during
Over
the
the-
Christmas period.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, they are holiday games. And what do we remember holidays as a kid, you know?
No,
just like
that was so far ago.
it's just like I'm not talking to you, old man. Maylee, do you remember when you were a child and, you know, school holidays and you'd be like, "Oh, here we go. Just 2
My
weeks."
mother gave us guns with those gel pellets and we shot our aunties and uncles.
What?
She just let us all go loose.
Oh,
my-
I'm very jealous. I wish I could do that.
What?
I just shut myself in my room and played Team Fortress 2 on the world's slowest internet.
Are you really good at first-person shooters then, Maylee?
Oh, no, I'm quite bad.
wow. Oh dear, all that, and I'm sorry. That's still pretty cool though.
Yeah. Good memories.
Good memories. Anyway, I play video games during my holidays because I was really expecting you to be able to just be like, yeah, video game over the holidays.
I just played video games always as a child.
True.
Yeah, same.
Very true. But you know, there's less sort of like
I guess
my
the
mum-
holiday period is near my birthday, so I'd get like whenever I got a Game Boy for those big
Ooh.
birthdays, I was playing Pokemon over the holiday.
Game Boy?
I got
never got a Game Boy.
Game Boy Micro.
I wanted a
one
Game
year.
Boy so bad.
I loved that thing.
Yeah, I did get a Game Boy for Christmas one year. It was
I hate you
it
both.
was pretty awesome.
I hate you both so much.
That's okay.
Child self is so jealous of y'all.
Do we want to hop into the rest of the show?
Yeah, I
No,
think
we're going to
it's-
just stay here forever.
Anyway,
No,
Yes, let's
I
move
think
on.
it's time to listen to some news and see what's
Ooh.
going on in the big wide world.
What is going on?
Let's find out.
This festive week in gaming news. Actor James McCaffrey, best known for his role as Max Payne from the Max Payne series and the very Max Payne-like but legally distinct Alex Casey from Alan Wake, has died at the age of 65. He passed at his home in New York after battling with cancer. Despite voicing multiple iconic video game characters, James never became a fan of the medium, saying in a 2020 interview with Saratoga Living,
I'm not a big fan of video games, and I never have been. The first time I did Max Payne, it was like 6 hours a day in a sound booth, and it was about 400 pages of script. But I've never seen it, I've never played it, I have no desire to. I lack the proper appreciation for video games.
Marvel Spider-Man 2 developer Insomniac has fallen victim to a massive 1.67 terabyte data leak by ransomware group Ryzada. Included are development files for released and upcoming projects such as Wolverine, details on cancelled projects like Sunset Overdrive 2, business contracts, and personal HR records and communications. After failing to ransom the data for $2 million, some data was sold to undisclosed buyers and the rest released. In other leaks, the files of a closed alpha version of the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League have been poured through by data miners, and details have been released on the game's plot, including some major character reveals.
It is very disappointing to see details being shared ahead of the game's release, so we can only urge you to try to avoid spoilers where you can, and please try not to impact the enjoyment of other players by posting spoilers.
If you were looking forward to Naughty Dog's long-teased multiplayer spin-off for The Last of Us 2, then I have some bad news for you. It has been cancelled. The troubled development saw the studio trying to wrangle their traditional style of development with a live service model, at one point even bringing in Bungie to try and find a path forward. This week, the studio announced it would be ceasing development on the title after being unable to find the needed balance. In a statement on their website, Naughty Dog justifies their decision as such.
In ramping up to full production, the massive scope of our ambition became clear. To release and support The Last of Us Online, we'd have to put all our studio resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come, severely impacting development on future single-player games.
Valve has been spreading the holiday cheer in Dota 2 this year with their festive Frostivus event, where players have a chance of getting a wide range of gifts, including bans. Some players found their stocking filled with highly toxic lump of coal when opening their Frostivus gift, which liberally gave out timed and permanent bans to accounts who were toxic, smurfing, or otherwise violated the terms of service. The studio have taken an aggressive position towards cheaters and other toxic members of the community, stating in the release notes,
"If you're on the naughty list, we've got great news for everybody else and bad news for you, because this year is going to be a bloodbath."
Upcoming game releases. December 25th will see Santa come down your chimney, if you're that way inclined. That's all this week.
What is Paul implying? If we're what way inclined?
Well, you know, if you want Santa to come down your chimney, then yeah.
No one in this continent has a chimney.
What? No, I've
do.
counted 3 chimneys just this morning.
Were they on houses or
That
businesses?
was not, you did not specify that before.
I feel like it was implied that they were houses and not businesses.
You said chimneys and I saw chimneys.
On
there
what,
we go.
factories?
No. We know that
Are you implying
Santa
that
Claus-
factories can't have Santa Claus?
I would hope that people aren't living at factories.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm implying Santa shouldn't visit factories.
What if Santa was climbing down the chimney into the salt mines to a whole bunch of Dota players who were cheating and ruining the game for other people, and he was like, "Ho ho ho, here's your gift."
Surely Santa wouldn't do such a hilarious thing.
No, well, surely not, but Santa
Valve did.
No, it was Santa that did that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Santa actually
Santa
climbed
works
down
for
the
Valve.
chimneys of the players and presented the lump of coal, and with them just a little certificate from Valve saying that they're banned. I think
this is the funniest thing that's ever happened. Especially because I've seen this happen to a few people because they were streaming when it happened.
Oh.
And so there's clips. I encountered it on the TikToks.
Yes.
And it was just very funny.
Oh, it's just like, I don't know what kind of gifts they get in Dota. Like maybe they get like, hats. Are they still into hats?
Probably. It's
Everyone
Valve.
loves hats.
It's got to be hats.
So they're probably like, a fancy new hat for Christmas, and it's no. You're a sucky person. We don't like you.
You were a rude dude this year.
Yeah.
Are these permanent bans or like
I think they're
hand bans?
a certain period of time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I guess it depends. It's just a very funny way to handle it.
Yeah.
It is hilarious that people are streaming and having that happen.
Imagine opening up a lump of coal on your stream.
It's like, ooh.
It's a bad look.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
You're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
You're listening to Zed Games on 4ZZZ.
Oi mate, you're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
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 Got a bit carried away.
This is Zed Games here on 4ZZZ, and I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to retreat and I'm going to bring Paul in to take you on a quest.
This year saw the release of the new Oculus Quest. Sorry, Meta Quest. God, that's a terrible name change. Feelings on Meta or Facebook, as we will always know it. Aside, the Oculus team are top of their game, and the latest release is no slouch. Now, I know talking about VR to people that do not have VR is content death, so I'm going to try and do this quick and hopefully entertainingly. Why is this one better? Well, it's more powerful, high resolution, smaller, all the things you'd expect in an updated product, but that's not too exciting. The big thing here for me is the quality of the pass-through. Pass-through is when you can see the real world around you in VR. First of all, it's in colour. Second, it's good. By good, I mean it's sort of an okay webcam quality. But what does that mean? Well, it means I can not stand on my dogs or children. It means I can watch TV in the real world while wearing the headset if so inclined. It means I can easily grab a beverage without taking off the headset. It means I can read and use my phone. Many games I like to play are in augmented reality. That means I'm not totally cut off from the real world. Which brings me to my first review. That's right, I'm putting reviews in this review. LEGO Bricktales VR. I never played the original LEGO Bricktales when it first released in 2022. From all reports, it was a perfectly cromulent video game, but it just wasn't on my radar. In it, you explored LEGO dioramas as a minifig, discovering secrets, solving puzzles, and often building LEGO solutions with real physics simulation on your construction. Once you solved a building puzzle, you can go back and change your design without the physics and just build whatever you like. Aside from that, you explore, meet characters, gain new abilities, and solve puzzles. When I put the headset on, I audibly said, wow. It would certainly rank among the fastest I've ever been sold on an experience. In front of me, suspended in the middle of my office, was a fully realised and animated LEGO world. I could walk around it and turn it around at will while running my little LEGO man around it. It just felt magical. Now, how does the VR change the game? In real terms, not much. It's just a different perspective on the game, but it feels so very good. You can switch between AR and VR depending on your preference, seeing the real world or just a blank space. The game changer, though, is in the building. Perhaps the most common complaint I found when looking at the 2D release of the game was the building controls. It was just a bit fiddly. Well, now building is as simple as reaching out and putting the bricks where you want them. Fast, simple, and intuitive. LEGO Bricktales is a charming, fun, and visually appealing game. It's available on pretty much every platform you can think of, but the VR version is available on the Quest 2, 3, and Pro, and has a real wow factor that I can't recommend enough. Wallace and Gromit in the Grand Getaway. Wallace and Gromit have been close to my heart since I first saw A Grand Day Out in the early 90s. Their new VR outing calls back to their first adventure with The Grand Getaway. En route to a holiday to test out their latest invention, the Auto Caddy, Wallace and Gromit find themselves crash landing on the moon. In this narrative-led VR experience, you'll take on various roles as you make your way through the story. Most notable, the Auto Caddy, who is tasked with helping Wallace with his golf game and fixing the rocket ship. The game was another wow moment for me. When it started in Wallace and Gromit's dining room, it really nailed the feeling of those classic animations. Unfortunately, this is where the review takes a bit of a turn, because the visuals and animations aside, the game is a bit of a bore. There are long stretches that will leave you standing around listening to other characters explain what's going on and what you need to do. There's very little sense of discovery, and everything is very static. This is a series not traditionally focused on dialogue, but inventive scenarios. Standing around for a few minutes waiting for a coffee machine to tell me to push a button isn't the most efficient or engaging storytelling. Even with all the hand-holding, sometimes things are not always clear. In the second scene, I was told to check the cheese and crackers. I found lots of cheese and crackers, but Wallace kept telling me to check them. I tried throwing them at him, but nothing. He just kept saying the same voice lines over and over, until I got a little annoyed, honestly. See, I'd missed that I needed to check for the emergency cheese and crackers. They were in a little safe. I also had trouble with some interactions, which oddly enough were greatly improved by putting down the controllers and using the Quest hand tracking. The in-game hands are very responsive, and it's quite cool having big Claymation mitts. The third sequence, however, had lots of fun interaction to discover and play with, and it really showed off the possibilities of the game. I'm not going to go through every sequence in the game. The point is, it's a mixed bag. The game has absolutely lovely presentation, some fun ideas, but a very drab script and pacing. It reminds me of early VR titles that were very conservative in their presentation, locking the player out of the action until it was ready to let you go. Wallace and Gromit in The Grand Getaway is not a long experience, only a couple of hours, and I feel that could have easily be halved. Assassin's Creed Nexus. So, you want something more traditional game-wise. How about Assassin's Creed? No, not an experience. How about a pretty much fully fleshed out Assassin's Creed game? You know, jump off a rooftop and stab someone in the head style. Well, Assassin's Creed Nexus is just that. This game contains all the traditional elements of the series: parkour, stealth, combat, weird side missions, and a meta story that most don't care for. It's quite unexpected how much freedom you have. VR games often don't have much vertical movement because it tends to make people throw up. Well, forget about those rules because climbing and jumping around the place is all part of a day's work for Ezio, Cassandra, and Connor. That's right. The game takes you through 3 of the series' main protagonists in a series of missions I would describe as pretty good, actually. At first, I found the game odd. It felt strange moving around so dramatically and going in for a sneaky kick the guard out the window. But then it clicked. I have a recommendation with VR for those new to the platform, and that is to be performative. As I started stalking around, leaning, crouching, and acting more like I was there, everything felt much better. I can guarantee you I looked really cool to anyone watching, and you will too. But we don't do it for cool points, we do it for the love of the game. The game is not fully open world, but the missions do offer some large areas to explore and a good variety of locales. Graphically, it doesn't match the current standards of the series, with the lighting especially being rather flat, but it's running on mobile hardware, so it's certainly ambitious for the platform. Assassin's Creed Nexus is a surprisingly fleshed out Assassin's Creed game, which I would recommend to anyone craving a more traditional console game experience. The Quest 3 has been a wonderful addition to my gaming arsenal. It's light, powerful, and offers great experiences, including Microsoft Office. If only I had time to review that also. The Quest 1 was the first VR headset I would recommend to my parents because of the ease of use. Now the Quest 3 is the best for AR, and the VR is even easier. Put on the headset and you're basically ready to play. PC-based VR and PSVR 2 may offer some higher-end visuals, but the freedom and feature set is hard to beat. Plus the library is quite extensive. If you're looking to see what VR and AR gaming can offer in the modern age, the Quest 3 is hard to beat.
We're back here with you on 4ZZZ to listen to, well, to present to you so you can listen to Zed Games.
Ooh.
We talk about all sorts of games here. Video games, board games, role-playing games. We love games.
We love games. Love games.
We love games, we hate games.
A whole variety of feelings towards games.
A spectrum, you might say.
But what else do we have a spectrum of for tonight?
Options.
Options.
Ooh,
I love
options
options.
for you. It's the time of year where a lot of people get together with friends and family and have meetings. Maybe you love them and you want to spend some good quality time with them, or maybe you don't love them and you want a way to get through the awkwardness entertained. Either way, it's a good time to play a game.
It's probably the greatest time
because people are in your house and you can force them to play a game that you like.
Yes. Any DMs out there, this is your chance to finally get players together for that one shot that you've been planning for 3 years. This is your chance. But while you're planning that,
good luck.
Maylee, do you want to start us off?
Oh, yes. So I've got a video game, I've got board game option. Ooh. I'm going to go with the board game. This one is actually a card game technically, and it's Ramen Fury.
Rum and Fury.
Ramen.
Ramen and
noodles.
Fury.
Noodles!
Ooh, okay.
Ramen Fury.
Is
Ramen
it
Fury.
one of the ones where you build a bowl of noodles?
You do. You build a bowl of ramen.
Nice.
Those games are fun.
And what do you do?
So it is a race to finish your bowl of noodles. You have 3 bowls and you want to make them fully stacked with ingredients.
Yes,
so
yes,
you need to
yes.
get the right ingredients before the rest of your party players.
Yeah.
And it can get pretty cutthroat. You can sabotage each other, steal ingredients.
Oh my gosh.
And it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, see,
It's
if
good fun.
maybe don't play that game if you are in a family of people who do the chippy slap.
What is the chippy slap?
The chippy slap is when you try to reach for the chip bowl, perhaps a parental might be like, don't, it's dinner soon. Just a little bat the hand away from the chippy bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can imagine that happening.
Why are the chips out there if they're not to be...
I don't know. I don't make the rules. I didn't put the chip ball out. I'm simply the child who gets the chippy slap.
I did not know it was called the chippy slap.
Well, that's what I've always called it. It's not always just chippies, but, you know.
Ramen slap.
Ramen slap. Ramen does slap.
Oh, I want ramen now.
Caroline, do you have a game you want to recommend?
I have. The first game I'm going to recommend is Terraria, because I desperately want people to play this game with me, because nobody will.
So, listeners, buy Terraria and
play it. Please.
Anyway, Terraria, it sells for $14.50. It's had so many updates in the over 10 years that it's been out. So there's so much to do. It's like 2D Minecraft. You mine, you craft, you battle hordes of enemies, and yeah, you can do.
I mean, 2D
online,
Minecraft.
That feels like it's oversimplifying it almost.
Oh, it's very oversimplifying.
Terraria is a great game. It can be as complicated as you want it to be, but it can also be it's the experience that you make it.
You can just play it on easy mode and stab a few zombies with friends and family.
Yeah,
and
I'm being sold by this 2D Minecraft, but tell me a big distinguishing feature. What's something I can do in it that I couldn't do in Minecraft or a similar game?
Slimes are easy to find in Terraria.
Oh, nice.
Slimes are the most common enemy to spawn on the surface during the day. I just love the variety of bosses that they have.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
The loot that drops from each specific boss and the tiers of the equipment that you upgrade to. You start simple with iron and then eventually you're fighting the moon god. It's not the moon god, it's the moon lord. And
but that's
getting
close.
like galaxy armor and wings. And it's just
cool.
I want to go play Terraria now.
I think I should duck back into Terraria. Maybe I'll play with you.
Yes!
Anyway, moving on.
Dream achieved.
Moving on. My top recommendation is a game called Toastable, which we'll be reviewing next week. It's a fast-paced couch co-op game where you need to put the ball in the goal, but all the players are toasters. We played it on a Switch. It's 2 to 3 buttons, super easy to learn, and it's impossible to be good at the game. However, I'm going to put a health warning on this game. If you have asthma, you will have an asthma attack from laughing too much, because there's just so much shenanigans that happens in this game. Like, the ball will go wherever. You and your friend are both toasters and you're desperately trying to fight the other toaster team, and it's a lot of fun. And it's currently going for about $14.50 on PC or Switch, and it can support up to 4 players. Mm-hmm. So only one person needs to have the game. Just bring some controllers, bada bing, bada boom.
Bob's
fun
your uncle.
afternoon. Yeah,
that sounds great.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty fun when I played it.
Yeah. Maylee, you've got another game you wanted to recommend.
I have 2 more.
Oh.
I've got an extra, but number 2. This one, I can see in most situations it would go badly. But maybe if that's what you want, then I recommend that you get Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Yes, that can go very badly.
Yes. Oh, that game is... Wow.
Tell us about it as if tell us a little bit about it as if we don't know what it is.
Yes. So I think you can have a pretty broad range of player numbers. You need at least 2, and you could keep adding them on really infinitely, but it will get more and more hectic the more people you add in.
Yes, having a small crowd of people shout out instructions to you, bit stressful.
So basically there are two sides. One side has one person and one side has everyone else. And the side with one person is tasked with defusing a bomb. They have a bomb in front of them. They're the one playing the video game. They have a bomb with all sorts of wires and buttons and little levers.
Doodads and stuff.
And they don't know what any of it means. And the other side, the other team, whoever else is playing, has a manual of all the steps to defuse the bomb and how to get through everything. But they can't see the bomb on the video game. They have no idea what you're looking at. So it's a game of communicating, and
it's just an
I've never seen it go well.
Telephone.
Yeah. Because I believe there's different possibilities. Like, you have to do a certain thing if something is on the bomb, like a certain
if
symbol.
If there are 3 batteries, then press it when the light flashes yellow. But if there are 4
the serial
batteries,
number has like 6 and 7 in it, then you have to do this kind of sequence of things. And it's up to how well you can communicate, but also sometimes how well you can understand what is being communicated to you.
Yeah.
It's a great game. So much fun.
Definitely a good choice if you think your friends or family are up for it, or if you just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. Carolyn, do you have another game?
I do. It's Vampire Survivors. You can play local co-op with it. You just got to connect another controller to whatever you're playing it on. And it's like $7.50. Also, you can get a couple of DLCs for $3. The latest DLC is $3.50 full price. And the latest DLC adds the Among Us.
So do you want to just quickly
Vampire
mention
Survivors.
what Vampire Survivors is?
It's a very simple game. You get upgrades. There's no attack button. You just move the character and it attacks automatically.
It's a bullet hell, right? But
it's
you're
kinda
the
like
bullet hell.
Yes.
You're the bullet hell.
It's learning what items will do what will upgrade the items, and planning and building up a very strong loadout, basically. But things are random, but there's certain things you can do to influence that. And yeah, it's just it's really addictive.
Yeah.
It's really addictive.
Is it true that there's no vampires in it?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I mean, it's in the title. You'd think there'd be a vampire, but
who knows? All right, I've got another one. This is one that we reviewed recently as a group. Karma Zoo. It's a great game to get a group into. It does, I would say, take a couple of runs to get the game. But new players can jump in quite quickly. It's a very short tutorial. It's a 2D platformer with some puzzle elements, and it has fantastic crossplay. So it doesn't matter what platforms your friends are on, you can all load into the same game. You can pick your creatures, you can pick your little abilities, and you can navigate the funny little world together and share love.
Did you say how many players that one has?
That one is like up to, what was it, 10? 10 players?
A good amount of players.
Yeah. So, I think if you don't have 10 players, don't worry. They will find them for you.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. You don't even have to communicate in the game.
That's great.
It's quite good. I think it's great for like online play.
Yeah.
You can just hop in together.
Fun.
You've got another game for us, don't you?
My last recommendation, really my top family getting together game, if you have relatives that would... I don't want to play those video games or board games. That's for... I've never seen someone not like this game, and I've played it with lots of people. And it has a really high player count. It is Codenames.
Codenames! Yeah, that is a good one.
It's a bit more expensive than the other games we've mentioned tonight, which are under $20. This one's $20 to $30, depending on when you pick it up. Or look for a sale if you're savvy. But it's definitely worth the price because, like I said, everyone will enjoy Codenames. Basically, there are 2 teams. They're competing, and in each team you will have one person who is the giver of clues. And everyone else on that team, however many there are, has to guess. So there's a grid of words that are possibly the code words.
Right.
For yours. It's a spy-themed game. So we're spies. I'm giving you, Zara, there's the word...
Agent Maylee.
There's the word sun on the grid and the word moon, and I give you daytime as the clue.
And I would probably like, all right, I got you, Asian Maylee. I point to the sun.
Yes. And I'm very proud of you.
Yes.
I point to the moon just to be contrary.
And we lose the game and we get into a massive fight and the family is torn apart for
Christmas
decades
is
to come.
ruined.
Oh, isn't that always the best game? So remember Monopoly. Remember?
Oh God.
Uno.
Oh, remember?
It's not as bad as Monopoly. Good
was
fun.
it Rat Race? Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. Yeah.
I remember a few rage quits.
Did you have?
Yeah,
did you
I
have one more game?
I
for
have
us?
one more. I have not. Disclaimer: I've not actually played this. I want to play this. It's called Pizza Possum. It's single player and local co-op. The aim is to eat as much food as you can without getting caught.
Nice.
And
that's my mission in life.
Yeah, $10.25. It just looks really cute. You play as a little possum thing, and you're going around a town, eating all the food, and dodging like the village people. And it looks to be kind of stealthy. And yeah, it just made me want to eat a pizza.
If your holiday wish is to be a possum,
yeah,
probably the game for you. Oh, let's all be possums. Let's go all be possums in a tree after
Are
this.
we being Australian possums or American possums?
Oh, Australians.
I think these
Up
are
to you.
American possums.
Oh.
Up to you. I don't judge.
I do.
I think that's all the games that we have to recommend for tonight.
Yes. Stop it. They hung up on Animal Crossing. This is Zed Games.
Zed Games. And you
Zed
are
Games.
Maylee.
And I am
Imposter Zara.
And you are
Imposter Caroline.
Woo! And we have to
leave.
Oh,
it's time to go.
I don't like this game of ad libs.
But we'll be back next week.
We will be back next week. Oh my gosh, yeah.
We will after Christmas.
But it will be our last show of the year next year.
Last show of the year. I think in the meantime, everyone stay safe, stay hydrated.
We love you.
We love you. Have fun.
Play some good games.
Play some good games. Play some bad games.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Play
some awful games.
The world is your oyster, everyone. Enjoy the
see you
season.
then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.